Hey, this is Jonathan, and before we get started here, I just wanted to mention that I saw a thumbnail for a YouTube video right before I started recording that said, "Are you stateless?" And my immediate reaction to that was, "Sure, I'm restful." Yeah, I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my head, but it had absolutely nothing to do with that definition of statelessness either. Apparently, after I hovered over the video, I realized, oh hey, this has absolutely nothing to do with what I thought it would be. So yeah, that's interesting. So that's just how I think, I guess. I am corrupted. I'm corrupted by my profession. Um, yeah. Other than that, last time I tried to struggle with this silly thing, boxing boxing closures and whatnot. I honestly don't remember what the heck I was doing, and I don't want to continue with this plan. This plan, it kind of sucks. That's literally all I can say about it. It kind of sucks. So instead of doing that, I decided I would. Oh yeah, I made a really big mess of everything now. Yeah. Instead of doing it that way, I'm not gonna do the enum like I said I would. I mean, it is kind of tempting on the one hand, but no, I'm not gonna do the enum. The enum does no. It's just I feel like the enum just doesn't really scale up that well, and I know that it's slower to do it another way, but I'm going to fall back on a good old friend, object-oriented polymorphism. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna be. It's somewhat unfortunate, but I just couldn't figure out the, I guess, efficient way of doing it, if there even was one. So yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm very scared to just delete things without looking. Do I need location ID? What did location originally look like? I don't remember, and I guess I could go look at old footage to figure it out, but I kind of don't really want to. I kind of don't really want to right now, which almost even defeats the purpose of recording everything, but I'm just so lazy, I don't want to. Yeah, location. What was I doing with location? I have no idea. And I think it was literally just a struct before. Yeah, look at this impl. This impl. No wait, does that explain anything at all? Not really. No. Did location have anything in it? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. I think location was an enum actually. Is location enum here? No, it's a struct. Great, because I changed it to a struct. Duh. Then I implemented a bunch of stuff on it, and yeah. And then I moved on and I did something like this, except this was an enum, so that kind of made sense originally. Location probably shouldn't actually be a struct then. I'm sorely tempted to just delete all this, but no, I'm gonna recomment it out, even though I just uncommented it. I just don't trust myself here. Yeah. In fact, I'm just gonna erase these in case they cause problems. I don't think they will, but yeah, no. I just wanna, if I need to uncomment this block for whatever reason, I can just do a mass uncomment by just removing the things that I already have here. Anyway, we're gonna make this a trait. We're gonna go with a trait object. And this is where things kind of get a little bit fuzzy for me. So now we need to give it an is accessible function, method, thing. Honestly, this will probably end up being the cleanest solution, but it probably won't be the most efficient one. I mean, it definitely isn't the most efficient one. It's just, you know, it's just nicer than this match block blowing up proportional to the number of locations total in the entire game. That just didn't really seem like my cup of tea. And I'm sure other people would agree, so I don't have too much of a problem with that. Location should have an is accessible, so, or yeah, it should implement is accessible. Now then, we're going to have to create different location structs then. So every single location will have to... Oh, what did I just do? I clicked a button and I have no idea what that did. Go back. Go back. That's absolutely not what I meant. If I go back. What did that do? Did I double click shift? I did! That's a search everywhere. Okay. Wow. I did not know about that. It's been a while. That's kind of convenient. I kind of think I prefer the Control Shift F of Visual Studio now that I've gotten more used to that. I mean, double shift is, I guess, handy. It's convenient, but Control Shift F just, you know, so you're less prone to accidentally hitting it. Anyway, you can probably like remap this or something. I'm whining about something that I really ought not to. It's not even that big of a deal to me, honestly. So, yeah, let's implement location for a bunch of different things, like location 0, because I still don't have proper names for these. Not that it really would matter that much. I guess locations themselves might want to have like data, like, I don't know, ID. Does that really matter though? I'm not really sure how much that matters. Because ultimately we are going to be kind of giving our locations IDs later anyway, I think. Right? Isn't that what we do in the filler, with our filled locations? Yeah, we have filled location which has a label item and a location ID, which I invented and then promptly deleted. Huh. What was this before? I think this was actually just a location. So that's interesting. Maybe I do want an ID. That's okay. I can do that. Now you can't really have like fields as far as I know for traits. Or no, you can have const, can't you? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. I'm just gonna implement it as a function because I can, and it really doesn't really make a difference. ID. Is ID a keyword or something? Does that stand for like identity? Because I know that is the ID usually stands for identity in a lot of cases, but it's interesting why it's being italicized here. Now I'm worried now. Let's call it lock ID. Okay, nope. Oh wait, I know why. Because I forgot to give it a self. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just do that. Also, I shouldn't use usize. I'll just use U64 because I can. And actually, I don't even need to use U64. I could probably use U32. It's not going to make a difference, is it? 32 bits should be more than enough for every location. If I'm going to have a crap ton of locations, I think that's fine. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of this. I didn't even create a struct for location 0. Wow, I'm awful. Oh, wait. Well, actually, no. If I want to be polymorphic on the location IDs, then I probably should just leave the location ID where it is. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. This is fine. This is fine, and everything is completely okay. Don't have to worry. This one will be 0, of course. You know, I can keep it kind of compressed like this. Someone will scream at me about, or someone would scream at me about these style guidelines that I'm using, or these non-existent style guidelines I'm using, but I could care less. There's too many people with too many opinions, too many differing opinions, and you know, it's hard to get anything done if you just try and you can't please everyone. That's the moral of the story. So is accessible for this guy will look like this, which we already know. Yeah, I can pass that in directly here, and label item is recognized, and yeah, that's perfectly okay. So we just need to copy and paste this a few times for the rest of these, and we're good to go. Of course, we do always have to update the ID too, which kind of sucks. I think instead of an ID, I want to do a name. That's probably what I'm going to do in the end. They should be identified by name, because to me that just makes more sense. You shouldn't have two locations with the same name. That would be confusing. Yeah, I feel like you would have unique names. I might even just call it like unique name and then make it some sort of string. Very tempting. For now, I'm just gonna go with the IDs, and I definitely think I'm gonna change that though in the future. The IDs kind of work for now. I'll admit they don't work particularly well, but they kind of work. Yep, that's okay, I guess. I don't really like how this is indented. This kind of looks like it's going whoop, but I don't know. Some style guidelines would say that this is preferable, so that you know that there's a this at the end of the first line, and that's not just like two separate statements. Understandable. And the rest of these will just be true. So yeah, these are all just like super trivial. True. Well, in a way, I almost feel like this is encouraging copy and paste, but in the end, well, actually, thinking about it, there's probably going to be some locations that are just going to be like this anyway. Right? There's going to be some number of locations that are just always going to be accessible, and they're just going to look roughly like this. I mean, I do want to give them different names, though, so I suppose this is okay. I think I can give a default implementation of is accessible. That is true. I think I can actually do that. Yeah, I can give a default. And then with that default, I don't have to override that specifically, or like I don't have to implement that as true. I guess I could say some boilerplate. I think I'd rather not, though. And my reason being is that I like to have these kinds of things be explicit. Just knowing that I am implementing it. It kind of sucks when you like implement a trait, or like you subclass something and then it inherits a bunch of stuff that you didn't intend for. And yeah, I feel like giving a default implementation here is basically just doing that. You're inheriting that that functionality for no good reason. Or well, just to save yourself a bit of code, but it might actually make reasoning a little bit more difficult later. Obviously, for something as simple as this, it probably isn't going to make that big of a difference, but you know, you never know. It's good to be explicit, in my opinion. Okay, that looks pretty good now. Of course, this isn't going to just work, obviously. We're going to have to box all these values when we're actually using them. So we're going to have a vector of boxes, essentially. A vector of boxed locations, and we won't have this anymore. These access functions are kind of useless. Location IDs obviously are going to be kind of useless. Actually, I should just get rid of that because I don't need it anymore. Yeah, this seems mostly good. Yeah, we're going to box our locations because we don't have a choice. Because they're going to be variable sized, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And everything in a vector has to be the same size. Yeah, because these are all like all different structs, and they have different implementations for their methods, so it's not going to recognize them as being the same size. At least I don't think it will. I could certainly try without the box, but I'll start with the box to begin with, because that just seems nicer. Now then, ooh. I just realized what that means. I'm gonna have to like import all that too. Well, I have made my decision. I've made my decision, and that's how I decided to respond to that. It's probably one of the worst ways to handle this, but that just made sense to me. Is there a better way to do this? Probably. I'm probably gonna have to make some more stuff public too. Also, IntelliJ Rust got an update today. I noticed those. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I remember when I was saying that there would be when I was talking about not upgrading Amethyst to well, not using the latest version of Amethyst and going with the stable or more stable releases. Yeah, I kind of today they released a new version of Amethyst, 0.9, so it kind of defeats the purpose of me trying to hold off on that. I was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, like I totally wanted that to happen. It's good that's happening now when I haven't really implemented much at all. But yeah, that came a lot faster than I thought it would. It was kind of unexpected. But yeah, again, it wasn't really clear that they were going to do anything at all. So, I mean, I guess technically I could hang around their Discord or something, and yeah, that would probably be easier. But you know, I can't be bothered. So yeah, we're gonna box a bunch of stuff up, and then we're gonna try and be polymorphic over this list of locations, and everything will be all good, I guess. Yeah, so we're explicitly doing, I guess, slow things. Press F to pay respects for the performance. Location ID is gone. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, this is just gonna be a location, isn't it? It is. It's probably just gonna be a boxed location too, because I couldn't be bothered. I just want to give ownership. Because I don't want to, like, whoever uses this, they're going to want to be able to point at the location. So, I think I'll store a boxed location here. I think that makes sense. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Wrong number of type parameter. Expected 1, found 0. Well, yeah, you're just being slow. That's what I figured. Oh, yes. Am I going to create a new location? I will. Okay. Well, whatever. Whatever, man. We're doing everything the slow way. Reaching for the boxes before we even necessarily know that we need them. That's definitely a good way of handling things. Alright, that should be fine now. So I'm giving the locations to these two guys. Ooh, I'm giving it to... Wait. I can't do this. I can't do that. That doesn't work. Can I? Oh no, I just realized something terrible. I just realized something absolutely terrible. I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do, will I? Because I can't derive these traits for this trait. I don't think that works. I mean, the compiler's not complaining about it right now, but I'm pretty sure that that's going to cause complications. Okay. I suppose that's the next problem that we're going to have to deal with. I mean, anytime you make changes like this, it's yeah, you're bound to run into issues. I don't know. Is this all worth it? Is it worth it for this? is this worth it? This star import? It's kind of terrible. I really don't like the idea of doing the star import. Oh, you know where I could do the star import? Here. You know what? That would make a heck of a lot more sense than doing it up here. Why did I do that? Why didn't I just do it that way? Well, okay. All that is in location is location, so I mean that's fine. Whatever. Star import happening down here is a lot better. Okay, so we'll do a star import there. Has item. Does has item matter? No, not really. I don't need that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I fixed that. I'm for some reason I'm more okay with having star imports in my tests than having star imports in my actual. I don't know whatever you call this. I'm having trouble today thinking of the words I need to say. It's okay. Vectors, locations, stuff, things happening. Definitely. Right, we need a list of boxed locations because I can't deal with just unboxed locations. It doesn't work that well. And progression filler is called right here. And we just give it the locations as is. Yeah. Okay. Box it up. Box everything up. See, like, I'd like to be able to do this clone. And I'm pretty sure there's a way to do this. But I don't really know how. And I don't really know if I'm going to be able to just implement stuff on the trait object like this. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. And then we're going to have a linked hash set of boxed locations too. Like, man. All this box everywhere is making me sad. Wasn't there like a rule? Not like there's like a. I remember something where it was like a code smell if you are returning a boxed thing. So you shouldn't return boxed things. I honestly don't remember anymore though. I can't at all remember. Don't return a box of something. I'll have to go and look that up again. I don't remember why it was a code smell though. I just remember people saying that no, you generally probably shouldn't do that. I just can't remember why. I think they were saying like you could just like take ownership or something. It's really not that clear to me at the moment. Is accessible. I cannot do that because there is none of this. Right? Oh god, I changed so much stuff. It's so ugly now. I changed way too many things and then everything just kind of got too messy. I will figure this out though. I will figure it out. I can intuiter this. I can still do that. What was this filter? Oh yeah. Right, we're going to call is accessible on our whatever this is. We're going to dereference our boxed location, I think. Yeah, it's just going to be like this. And I think we can just do that. It should be okay. Yeah, that works. It seems to be perfectly fine with that. And I'm perfectly fine with that myself. So, there we go. I don't need to do this anymore because chosen location is literally just going to be a location, or at least a boxed location. Yeah, and I can just assign it there. Remove, I can give it a reference to a box location. Does that make sense to reference a box? Why would I want to have a reference to a box? I feel like that doesn't make sense. Like, already here, that feels really weird. I mean, whatever, if that's the type, I guess that's how it's gonna be. Yeah. Yeah. This code makes me really sad now, but I have to move on. I have to move on. I need to just settle for something and, you know, just make this process go a bit faster. Because I need to also now deal with this upgrade of Amethyst, which kind of sucks. I wasn't expecting that, but now I have to deal with it, so that's cool, I guess. Why does it not know the type of the second argument here? That's what confuses me. I feel like it should know. How's this unknown? Hello? Are you okay, compiler? No? Is the compiler actually the one in charge of the inspections? I don't know. I don't really know how an IDE works on the inside. I don't understand IntelliJ that well. Alright, we'll try running that. It's probably gonna explode and die and complain about me being a horrible programmer, but eh. That's what I thought. Oh boy. Do I have to implement this for all of these structs? Because, I mean, I guess that's okay. I'm just kind of worried that it's not going to behave the way that I think it is when I do this. I strongly feel like that is exactly what's going to happen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, completely. Yep. Where did I do that? I'm so sorry. Box it. Box everything. Box your life. Put your life in a box. Doesn't implement debug. Wah wah wah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Huh. We're gonna have to do some Googling, I guess. Implement, I guess, what? Traits on boxed value, boxed, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work. Oh, so many pages every time. Oh boy. I guess we'll start here. That wasn't like super helpful, I guess. Did it? Well, no, yeah, it wasn't super helpful. I can't implement. I can't just like use derive for this, can I? Okay. Yeah. All right. That's cool. I'm trying to think about what I can possibly do about any of this. Do I have to give it like a generic that says that, oh, it's a type box that implements whatever? It's a type that implements box and partial equality. I'm starting to think that's true. Just look at all these errors. Look at them all. Look at them all. There are 13 of them. I don't want to deal with 13 errors, but I have to. Ugh. Oh boy. Into iter is not implemented for a boxed value either. Cool. Oh. Who do I need to look at? To box or not to box? Sounds really important to read this, but is this going to... I think I do have to do it for the boxed type. Because it's just that seems to be exactly what this is implying, right? But I don't know if I can just do derives. Sorry, let me read this thread more carefully. How much time have I spent on this? Okay. I have a struct that mostly encapsulates a vector, yeah? I also have a simple trait, which is also implemented for other structs. We sure do. I want to implement solid for group, but I want to be able to use group both for lists of the same implementation of solid and for lists of mixed implementations of solid. I want to use both group box solid and group sphere. Well, my brain just like completely blanked when I read that. It just nope, didn't want to understand anything I just said. Solid for group. Okay. I want to be able to use group both for lists of the same implementation of solid and for lists of mixed implementations of solid. And he just says an implement solid for group, which has a box solid. This certainly is. Question mark sized. What? So you implement the trait for this type that has an unknown size. That's crazy. So implement your trait for all box S where S implements your trait. Then you simply delegate to the existing implementation. Okay. Right, so he's implementing a solid trait on his group. But it's in a box. So what you can do is something like this. Oh, I'm too sleepy to deal with this. This is a terrible idea. I think I kind of get the gist of it though. So instead of implementing it directly on my group, for example, so like instead of going directly implement solid for group, you would like in my case I'd want to implement whatever for box type, and then have like a whole bunch of trait bounds, including the ones that I want, the things. Does that make sense? Oh wait, no. This implements solid for a boxed thing that already implements solid. Ah. Okay, that's interesting. And then delegate to the existing implementation. Yes, okay. I totally understand what that means. Why the double deref here? I don't understand why you would do that. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that has to do with the fact that it's a box. Because you're implementing for all for the boxed version of the trait. I think this is actually what I want to do. But I still want to do like the derive. Can I derive for box just? I don't know. Yeah, how does this work? Show me how you do this stuff. If it's even possible. Oh wow. So it'd have to be like a box location plus clone plus, oh yeesh. I kinda get it. I also am kind of afraid of trying this. Although this guy seems to have something conflicting with this. I'm not sure. Yeah. Huh. Really? You can just do that? Can I do multiple of those? Can I do like a whole bunch of them? That sounds interesting at the very least. I've never seen that before for traits. And I'm not entirely sure if I want to just do that. I mean, it can't hurt, can it? But you can't like derive. You can't use derive on a trait. I guess you'd have to use that special syntax. But I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, if I want to do that versus like doing this. Okay. Box clone. Okay. So the implements clone for the boxed version of foo. Oh, that's... seems kind of messy. I don't know. Can I get away with this? Does that work? I've never tried this before. No, you can't even like comma separate this list. That okay. Never mind. Never mind. Unless it's unless I have to like plus. Please tell me that's not valid. That can't be valid, right? There's no way that would be valid. Oh, right. That's FMT debug. Now can you resolve it? It can. Ooh, okay. I do not know how to feel about this. I don't know how I feel about any of this. Trait location cannot be made into an object. Why? The trait cannot use self as a type parameter in the super traits or where clauses. I didn't do that anywhere, as far as I know. I don't remember doing that anywhere. Okay, so that doesn't work, but it's not entirely clear why. I'm obviously doing something dumb. I mean, that even felt really dumb. Just when I was typing it, I could feel like my brain cells dying as I was typing. Yeah, it keeps talking about this. The trait cannot use self. What is this? What is this, Google? Tell me, what is this? I'm getting really confused. Is it because I'm doing this derive? And I can't do that? I'm starting to think maybe that's it. I have so many locations. I feel like this was very poorly planned out. I will admit, I did not do a particularly good job of planning all this out. So they do an impl, and they give it like a type parameter, foo and bar for that type, where that type implements a bunch of stuff. See, I'm wondering if I can do something like this, though, where I have a concrete type, and I just, you know, implement a bunch of stuff for it. Like, is this valid, or am I gonna be up a river without a paddle again? Because yeah, I'm starting to feel like I need to understand things a little bit better before I can actually move on. Stuff is being incredibly difficult to work with. Nope, it's still not happy with that. Wow, yeah, this is hard. This is pretty hard. Well, not quite ready to call it a day yet. This is, I thought I understood object safety better than this, because I have run into object safety issues in the past with, like, generics in, like, methods of traits, but yeah, this is something new. Yeah. It doesn't like this. But it's not like complaining about what I've already done here. Also, I only have 5 errors now. How'd that happen? Of course, that'll always fluctuate depending on, you know, what errors it comes across first. What does this error message mean, though? The trait cannot use self as a type pronoun. Is there, like, anything that will tell me? Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. Trait objects like box trait can only be constructed when certain requirements are satisfied by the trait in question. Trait objects are a form of dynamic dispatch and use a dynamically sized type for the inner type. Yeah, I knew that. So, for a given trait, when trait is treated as a type, as in box trait, the inner type is unsized. So in such cases, the boxed pointer is a fat pointer that contains an extra pointer to a table of methods, among other things, for dynamic dispatch. Yeah. This design mandates some restrictions on the types of traits that are allowed to be used in trait objects. Right, the object safety rules. Yeah, I've seen those. Okay, so attempting to create a trait object for a non-object safe trait will trigger this error. Understood. So the trait cannot require that self is sized. Okay. Right, the size cannot be known at compile time and can only be accessed behind a pointer, so it doesn't make sense to have that. Okay. The third reference to self type is arguments or return type. Okay, so these references to self are okay. It's these returned capital self types that are not okay. The compiler cannot predict the return of a foo in a situation like the following. Yeah, method has generic type printers. I've seen that one before. Method has no receiver. Oh man, there's so many rules. There's more rules than I thought there were. Here we go. Here's the one that I have. This is just like the following. It's the second sub error? Which one's the second sub error? Are you talking about this one? Yeah. Alright. Right, because I was trying to return something of type self, but I can't predict that. Equal x dot foo, where x is a box trait. Yeah, okay. Understood. Huh, if only some methods aren't object safe, you can add a where self size bound on them to mark them explicitly as unavailable to trait objects. Alright, I kinda get that. This function will still be available to all other implementers, including box trait, which is itself sized. Oh. Assuming that you implement the trait for the box trait. Yeah, I guess that is a thing that I would want to do, right? Okay. Is this a regular practice to import trait for a box trait? I wonder. So foo is now no longer able to be called in the trait object, but you'll be allowed to at least make a trait object. Understood. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then that goes to the next error. There's no easy fix. Nice. That makes this very uncool. Hooray. Really? Which trait is offending? I don't know, I have so many of them implemented. This is the second sub-error, but sub-error happens in situations like the following. So we have a trait, super A, and another trait called trait, which implements super self. Oh. Okay. I don't think this is actually what I want to do. I'm not trying to do this, I think. But that's how it's interpreting it. That's how it's interpreting what I'm trying to do. But this is not what I want. Yeah. Yeah, because this is exactly what I'm doing, pretty much, right now. This kind of thing right here. If the trait foo was derived from something like super string or super t, where foo itself is foo t. That's okay, because given a type get underscore a, will definitely return an object of that type. Oh, so when they try to get a, but if it derives from super itself, and the super is object safe, the method get a will return an object of unknown type. I see, so they're forbidden. Okay. I honestly do not understand what the hell I'm doing then. So I apparently have done exactly the wrong thing. That's what that's telling me. I'm not doing this right at all. It's not what I'm doing. It's not good. Doesn't work. Box clone. This seems like a specialized case of what I'm trying to do. So the trait object needs to be a box of locations, or like things, I guess, that implement location and clone and a bunch of other stuff. This is what that's telling me, I think. Because I can't implement. Yeah, I can't do this. This doesn't work. That definitely won't work. Yikes. Can I do this here in an ugly way? I'm gonna have to go and like import a bunch of stuff, obviously, if I do it that way. On the other hand, I don't know how else I'm gonna do this. So now it's okay. Well, at least that one looks to be okay. Oh, except for partial equality, that's not going to work here, is it? No, of course not, because I have to actually, Oh, cool. Only auto traits can be used as additional traits in a trait object. Non-auto additional trait. Oops. Help. I don't understand what I'm doing. Wow, yeah, that just focused all the errors on this one thing. Also clone too? Really? Am I screwed if am I trying to do this? There's definitely gotta be a way to make this work. There's no way that you wouldn't be able to do something like this. That'd be silly. That'd be ridiculous. There has to be a way of doing this. I just don't know how. So what is his solution? So the final code was to create the trait. So in my case it would be location with the method that returns a boxed foo. Okay, I guess that's... okay. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. I don't know. Or maybe it was taking a box as an argument that was bad. I honestly don't remember. It's been too long. Went clone for box foo. Then they just call self.box clone. Which just clones the inner object and then boxes it. I totally get it. Okay. Yeah, that would do it, wouldn't it? That certainly would do it. So I have to explicitly give my location trait like a box clone method? Okay. I guess I could do that. No, I don't know. None of this seems particularly good. I don't really like any of these solutions. No, I don't like any of these solutions. I think I need to go back to the drawing board with this stuff. I might just have to revert back to the enum for now, because yeah, none of this is looking particularly great. Yeah.